Welcome back to the channel USA Coins 69. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and history lovers. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins you can find in circulation today, the 2023 United States Washington Quarter Dollar. Whether you're a casual collector, someone interested in the numismatic world, or just curious about the story behind the coins jingling in your pocket, you are going to want to stick around because this coin has more to it than meets the eye. Now, when most people see a quarter, they probably think of it as just 25 cents, something you use to pay for parking meters or vending machines. But collectors know that every coin carries a story, and sometimes, those stories are worth far more than the coin's face value. The 2023 Washington Quarter is no exception. This coin continues a legacy that began in 1932 when the first Washington Quarter was minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin has undergone subtle changes over the decades, but it remains one of the most beloved pieces in American coinage. Let's talk about the design for a moment because it's more than just a profile of George Washington. On the obverse, you'll see Washington facing left, his expression stoic and dignified, a symbol of the founding principles of our nation. Around the edge, you'll find the familiar inscriptions, Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date, 2023 in this case. The details in Washington's hair, the texture of his coat, and even the tiny engraving nuances all play a role in determining a coin's value. Every collector knows that sharper details often mean a coin is closer to uncirculated, which can make it far more desirable in the market. Flip the coin over, and the reverse design is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, showcasing different national parks, historic sites, and natural wonders. The 2023 quarters feature stunning artistry, intricate lines, and reliefs that really pop when the light hits them just right. Coin enthusiasts will tell you that this attention to detail is what separates a regular circulation coin from a piece that could become a valuable collectible over time. Now, let's get into the mint marks because this is where it gets interesting for collectors. The United States Mint produces quarters at several locations, each marked by a single letter indicating where it came from. The 2023 Washington Quarter can have a P mint mark for Philadelphia, a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or a W for West Point. Coins from certain mints are more scarce in particular years, and scarcity is one of the biggest drivers of coin value. For instance, the West Point mint-marked quarters are often produced in smaller quantities, making them more appealing to serious collectors. When you're searching through your change or browsing online auctions, spotting that W mint mark can feel like finding a hidden treasure. Even the slightest variation in mint mark placement or size can spark major interest among numismatists. Speaking of variations, let's talk about condition because this is another critical factor in valuing coins. In the numismatic world, coins are graded on a scale, with pristine coins rated as mint state, typically from MS 60 to MS 70. An MS 70 coin is considered perfect, flawless in every way. Meanwhile, circulated coins, which show signs of wear and tear, are usually valued much closer to face value. But even among circulated coins, sometimes there are errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual metal anomalies that make them highly sought after by collectors. One interesting fact about the 2023 Washington Quarter is that even though it's a modern coin, certain variations and mint marks can command surprisingly high interest at auction. Collectors are paying attention not just to rarity, but also to the coin's aesthetic appeal, luster, and historical significance. Believe it or not, these modern quarters can sometimes bring in prices comparable to much older coins from the early 20th century, especially if they're graded in top condition. If you're thinking about investing in 2023 quarters, here's what you need to know. First, focus on mint marks and uncirculated coins. A coin straight from the mint, kept in pristine condition, has the potential to appreciate in value over time. Second, look out for error coins. These are coins that deviate from the standard design due to a production mistake. While some errors are subtle, they can make a coin extremely valuable. And third, keep your coins stored properly. Moisture, improper handling, or exposure to chemicals can reduce a coin's value dramatically, even if it's otherwise rare. Now, let's discuss the market and worth. In recent months, collectors and auction houses have shown a growing interest in these coins, particularly those in top mint state condition with the W mint mark. Prices can vary widely depending on rarity, condition, and demand. For a standard circulated coin, you might only see face value, but for collectors seeking perfection, the numbers rise quickly. In fact, recent auctions have seen incredible interest in the 2023 Washington Quarter W mint mark in pristine condition. Coins that are graded MS-69 or MS-70 can fetch figures that are truly eye-catching. And while I don't want you to get lost in numbers just yet, it's safe to say that people are willing to pay a significant premium for these coins, especially if they are part of a limited production batch or have a special finish. So, what does this mean for someone who just found a 2023 Washington Quarter in their pocket? It means don't immediately dismiss it as just 25 cents. Check the mint mark, assess the condition, and if it's uncirculated or has unique features, consider having it graded by a professional. Even if it doesn't reach the stratospheric values of rare coins from the 1800s, it could still fetch hundreds of dollars in the right auction setting. And speaking of auction settings, here's a fascinating tidbit. In a recent numismatic auction, a 2023 Washington Quarter with a pristine W mint mark in perfect uncirculated condition sold for a price that collectors described as truly remarkable. The coin's rarity, condition, and the excitement among bidders drove the final sale to an incredible sum, $300. Yes, you heard that right, $300. From a humble 25-cent coin to a $300 collectible, this just goes to show that even the most ordinary-looking coin can become a prized possession in the right circumstances. In conclusion, the 2023 United States Washington Quarter dollar is far more than a simple piece of pocket change. It's a small but significant piece of American history, a symbol of our nation's legacy, and a potential treasure for collectors. Paying attention to mint marks, condition, and auction trends can turn a simple quarter into a highly valuable collectible. So next time you come across a 2023 quarter, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hand. Today, we're taking an in-depth journey into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1965 Washington Quarter dollar. On the surface, it might just seem like a regular quarter, but for collectors, it represents a fascinating moment in United States coinage and numismatic history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about what makes coins valuable, this story is going to captivate you. Let's start with some historical context because the year 1965 was truly pivotal for American coins. Prior to 1965, Washington quarters were made of 90% silver, but that year marked a major change. Due to rising silver prices and increasing demand for coins, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a clad composition for quarters, consisting of copper-nickel layers surrounding a pure copper core. This change meant that the 1965 Washington Quarter was the first year that most quarters no longer contained silver, which dramatically affected both their everyday value and their appeal to collectors. The 1965 Washington Quarter maintained the familiar obverse design created by John Flanagan, featuring the profile of George Washington. His dignified expression, the engraved hair details, and the inscriptions of Liberty and In God We Trust continued to make the coin instantly recognizable. The reverse, showcasing the classic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, remained a symbol of strength and peace. This combination of tradition and transition makes the 1965 quarter uniquely interesting. Now, let's talk about mint marks, because this is where collectors start to pay really close attention. The 1965 Washington Quarter was produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, marked by the letters P and D, respectively. There were no San Francisco coins minted for circulation that year, and therefore no S mint marks in typical circulation coins. Mint marks can significantly influence the coin's value, especially when combined with factors like condition and rarity. The condition of a coin, also known as its grade, plays an enormous role in determining worth. Coins are graded on a scale from circulated to perfect mint state, with MS-60 through MS-70 representing uncirculated coins. Even a small imperfection like a light scratch or tiny mark can make a noticeable difference in collector value. For the 1965 Washington Quarter, which was produced in extremely high numbers, condition, and eye appeal are often the biggest determinants of market price. Interestingly, while these quarters were produced in massive quantities, hundreds of millions from each mint, there are still subtle nuances that make certain coins more desirable. For example, coins with exceptionally sharp details, deep luster, or minimal contact marks can attract premium attention from collectors. Some people even hunt for error coins from this year, such as double die impressions, weak strikes, or minor planchet anomalies. These kinds of errors are extremely rare and can elevate a quarter's value far beyond its face amount. Collectors also pay attention to the strike quality. Even in a year of mass production like 1965, some coins came out with slightly off-center designs or unusual die characteristics. These minor variations make coins interesting and sometimes valuable in the numismatic market. And although these coins are no longer made of silver, their historical significance as the first clad quarters post-1964 adds another layer of appeal for collectors. Now, let's talk about value in today's market. A circulated 1965 Washington quarter with no special features typically holds little more than its face value. But uncirculated examples or those in superior condition can be significantly more valuable. Even though it's a clad coin rather than silver, demand among collectors ensures that coins in excellent condition can bring higher prices at auctions. For example, if a coin is graded MS-65 or higher by a professional grading service, it can attract serious collector interest. Coins that retain their original mint luster, have clean surfaces, and sharp strike details are considered particularly desirable. Mint mark also plays a role, with Denver and Philadelphia coins sometimes attracting slightly different levels of demand depending on collector preference and availability. Another fascinating aspect of the 1965 Washington quarter is its role in teaching collectors about the transition from silver to clad coinage. Many beginner collectors use this coin to understand how metal content, historical context, and minting changes impact value over time. Even though they are modern coins, they carry a story of economic shifts, changing minting technology, and evolving numismatic interest. So what does this mean if you happen to find a 1965 Washington quarter in your pocket or coin jar? First, check the mint mark and inspect the coin carefully. If it is in exceptional condition, it could be far more valuable than its original 25-cent face value. Second, consider having it professionally graded if you believe it is in mint state condition. A professional grading can confirm the coin's quality and dramatically increase its market appeal. Third, keep an eye out for rare errors or unusual characteristics that could make the coin stand out to collectors, and here's where it gets really exciting. In recent auction trends, collectors have shown strong interest in pristine 1965 Washington quarters, especially those with clear mint marks, excellent luster, and minimal surface imperfections. The competition among collectors can drive auction prices considerably higher than you might expect for a coin that originally circulated for just 25 cents. To give you a concrete example, a 1965 Washington quarter in top uncirculated condition with a clear Philadelphia mint mark, flawless surfaces, and sharp details recently went up for auction. Collectors were eager to secure this coin, and the bidding was fierce. In the end, it sold for a sum that truly reflects the collector market's appreciation for condition and rarity, $200. That's right, $200, highlighting just how valuable a seemingly ordinary coin can become in the hands of collectors. So to sum up, the 1965 Washington quarter is much more than a piece of pocket change. It represents a turning point in American coinage history, a shift from silver to clad, and a coin that collectors continue to seek out for its historical significance and potential value. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or you're a seasoned numismatist, this coin offers a fascinating window into the intersection of history, economy, and art in coin design. Next time you stumble upon a 1965 quarter, take a closer look. It might be more valuable than you ever imagined. Today, we're taking a fascinating journey into a coin that's not just currency, but a piece of American heritage, the 1776 to 1976 United States Washington quarter dollar. This is not your everyday quarter, it's a special bicentennial edition that was minted to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist, a casual collector, or just curious about what makes coins valuable, this story is going to be an eye-opener. Let's start with the historical context because the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter is unique in American numismatics. The United States Mint produced this coin to commemorate the nation's bicentennial, and it was released in large quantities for general circulation. Unlike regular Washington quarters, these coins feature a dual date of 1776 to 1976, marking the 200-year milestone of American independence. This dual date is significant because it instantly identifies the coin as a commemorative piece, separate from the typical annual quarters minted for everyday use. The design of the bicentennial quarter is what makes it truly special. On the obverse, you still have the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. His profile remains dignified and classical, but it's the reverse that really sets this coin apart. Instead of the traditional eagle design, the reverse features a striking image of a colonial drummer and a victory torch encircled by 13 stars, symbolizing the original 13 colonies. This design, created by Jack L. Ahr, captures the spirit of the American Revolution and the pride of the nation. Every detail in the torch, the drummer's uniform, and the stars plays a role in the coin's aesthetic appeal, and collectors often spend hours examining these details under magnification to assess quality and authenticity. Now, let's talk about mint marks because they are crucial when it comes to value. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarters were produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, Denver coins have AD, and San Francisco coins, which were produced primarily for collectors in proof sets, carry an S. The mint mark can dramatically influence a coin's desirability. For instance, S-mint proofs, often struck in limited quantities, are highly sought after by collectors for their sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and immaculate finish. D-mint and Philadelphia coins are more common but can still command attention if in uncirculated condition or displaying unique qualities. Condition, or grade, is another crucial factor. Coins are graded on a scale, ranging from circulated to perfect mint state, with MS 60 through MS 70 representing uncirculated coins. A coin in MS 65 or higher can attract significant interest from collectors, while circulated coins, showing signs of wear and tear, are usually valued at or slightly above face value. The bicentennial quarters were produced in staggering quantities, hundreds of millions from both Philadelphia and Denver alone, but condition remains the key driver of value. Even among circulated coins, collectors search for those with full detail in the torch, the stars, and the drummer point. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1776 to 1976 quarter is the existence of error coins. As with any mass-produced coin, some coins were struck with anomalies. These can include off-center strikes, double dies, or variations in the composition of the coin. Error coins are extremely collectible because they are rare, and even a small anomaly can increase a coin's worth substantially. Collectors often scour circulation coins looking for these unique imperfections, knowing that what seems like a small mistake to the untrained eye can be a treasure in the numismatic world. It's also worth noting that these bicentennial quarters were produced in both standard circulation format and special collector formats, such as proof coins and silver-clad commemoratives. Proof coins are struck with specially prepared dies and polished blanks, producing an exceptional mirror-like finish with sharp detail. Collector sets often include silver-clad versions, made with a layer of 40% silver on a copper-nickel core, which adds intrinsic metal value in addition to collectible appeal. These silver versions, particularly in pristine condition, are highly sought after and can command higher prices in the auction market. Now, let's explore the market and value. For most circulated 1776 to 1976 quarters, the value is close to face value. After all, millions were minted and distributed widely. But when you consider uncirculated coins, proof coins, or silver-clad versions, the numbers rise significantly. A coin in pristine condition with full luster, clear details, and no surface imperfections can attract attention from serious collectors. Coins with D or S mint marks, particularly in higher grades, are often more desirable than the standard Philadelphia coins, though scarcity plays a role as well. collector interest in these quarters is fueled by their historical significance as well as their aesthetic appeal. The bicentennial design is not only visually striking but also symbolic of American independence, making it a meaningful addition to any collection. For beginners, this coin offers an accessible entry point into the world of commemorative coins. For seasoned collectors, the search for rare mint mark variations, error coins, and high-grade examples can be both challenging and rewarding. To put this into perspective, recent auctions have demonstrated strong demand for top-quality bicentennial quarters. Coins that are uncirculated or in proof condition, particularly those with the S mint mark or in silver-clad versions, attract significant attention. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for these coins due to their limited production in certain formats and their historical significance as part of America's bicentennial celebration. Even among modern commemoratives, the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter stands out as a coin with lasting appeal and potential investment value. So, what does this mean for someone who happens to find a 1776 to 1976 quarter in their collection or even in circulation? First, check the mint mark and condition carefully. If it's a circulated coin with wear, it may only be worth slightly more than face value. But if it is uncirculated, part of a proof set, or silver-clad, it could be considerably more valuable. Second, consider having it professionally graded to confirm its quality and authenticity, which can make a significant difference when selling or auctioning the coin. Third, watch for errors or unusual characteristics that could increase the coin's rarity and desirability, and here's the exciting part for collectors. In a recent auction, a 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter, silver-clad, with a perfect proof finish and an S mint mark, went under the hammer. The coin's flawless condition, historical significance, and collector demand drove bidding to an impressive sum. The final auction price, reflecting the enthusiasm of collectors and the value placed on quality, was $500. That's right, $500, showing how a coin that was originally made for everyday circulation can become a treasured collectible worth hundreds in the right circumstances. In conclusion, the 1776 to 1976 United States Washington quarter dollar is much more than a piece of pocket change. It is a symbol of American history, a work of art, and a collector's dream. From its iconic bicentennial design to the various mint marks, uncirculated examples, and silver-clad versions, this coin offers an incredible story for anyone interested in numismatics. Next time you come across a bicentennial quarter, take a closer look. It might be worth far more than the 25 cents stamped on its face. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2022 Washington quarter dollar with mint mark, a coin that combines the rich tradition of American coinage with the intrigue of modern collecting. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, this video will take you on an in-depth journey into the story, design, minting details, and market value of this remarkable quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency for decades, originally introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, the design has evolved, but the essence of the quarter as a symbol of American history has remained intact. The 2022 issue continues this legacy, showcasing a coin that not only functions as everyday currency but also holds collectible potential for enthusiasts around the world. The 2022 Washington quarter was minted in multiple locations, identifiable by its mint mark. The most common mint marks you might encounter are the P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Each mint has its own production characteristics and subtle differences, which can influence the coin's appeal and value among collectors. For example, coins from the San Francisco Mint often receive a higher grade due to more meticulous quality control, making them particularly sought after by investors. One of the most interesting aspects of the 2022 quarter is its design. The obverse continues to feature the iconic portrait of George Washington, a design that has endured since John Flanagan's original engraving in 1932. However, the reverse is where collectors find excitement. The 2022 quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, which celebrates national parks, landmarks, and historic sites across the United States. Each reverse design is carefully crafted to tell a story, capturing the spirit and natural beauty of these iconic locations. The artistry involved in these designs makes the quarter not only a currency but also a miniature piece of art. From a production standpoint, the 2022 Washington quarter is made primarily of copper and nickel, giving it durability and a pleasing metallic luster. Uncirculated and proof versions of the coin are especially prized because they exhibit a high level of detail and a reflective finish that makes them stand out from standard circulation coins. Collectors often focus on factors such as strike quality, luster, and absence of imperfections when assessing these coins. The market value of coins like the 2022 Washington quarter depends on several factors. Condition is paramount. Coins in mint state with no signs of wear are naturally more valuable. Rarity also plays a crucial role. Even within a single year's minting, certain mint marks or limited releases can create scarcity, increasing desirability among collectors. Proof coins, in particular, are usually produced in smaller quantities, adding an extra layer of collectability. Collectors often seek to understand grading systems when evaluating coin value. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, is the standard measure of a coin's condition. A coin graded MS-70 is considered perfect, with no visible flaws even under magnification. While most circulated 2022 quarters are not expected to reach these pristine levels, those preserved carefully in protective cases or obtained directly from the mint can achieve high grades, significantly enhancing their worth. Another important aspect to consider is market trends. The value of coins is influenced by collector demand, rarity, and historical significance. Over the years, the Washington quarter has seen fluctuations in interest, often spiking when special designs are released or when a particular mint's production is notably low. The 2022 issues are no exception, attracting attention from collectors who want to complete their sets or secure a coin from a specific mint location. Investing in coins like the 2022 Washington quarter also opens the door to the broader world of numismatics. Collectors often explore historical patterns, learn about minting techniques, and study the stories behind each design. The pursuit of knowledge becomes part of the excitement, transforming a small coin into a window into American history, art, and culture. It is also worth noting the impact of modern technology on coin collecting. Online auctions, marketplaces, and social media have made it easier than ever to buy, sell, and trade coins. This has broadened the collector base, creating a dynamic environment where coins from recent years can gain recognition and appreciation quickly. Auction results, in particular, serve as a valuable indicator of a coin's true market value. Now, after exploring the intricate design, minting details, grading considerations, and the collector's market, the question on everyone's mind is, what is this coin actually worth? While individual circumstances vary and market conditions fluctuate, a well-preserved 2022 Washington quarter dollar with its mint mark has recently achieved an auction price of $125. This figure reflects the combined factors of condition, mint location, and collector demand, and serves as a testament to the growing appreciation for modern American coinage. Owning a 2022 Washington quarter is more than just holding a piece of metal. It is holding a story, a history, and a connection to the enduring legacy of American currency. For collectors, enthusiasts, and even casual admirers, this coin offers a tangible link to the past while maintaining relevance in the present market. Whether it is displayed in a collection, stored for investment, or simply admired for its artistry, the 2022 Washington quarter stands as a compelling example of why coins continue to capture the imagination and passion of people around the world. So next time you come across a 2022 Washington quarter, take a moment to appreciate the story behind it. From the meticulous craftsmanship at the mint to the journey it takes into collectors' hands, this coin embodies far more than its face value. It represents artistry, history, and the timeless appeal of collecting, a small object with a big story waiting to be discovered. Today, we're exploring one such coin, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar with mint mark. This coin is more than just pocket change. It's a snapshot of American culture, artistry, and numismatic intrigue from the mid-1970s. Whether you are a seasoned coin collector or a curious newcomer, this video will take you on an immersive journey through the history, design, minting, and value of this fascinating quarter. The Washington quarter has a rich and enduring history. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, it quickly became a staple of American currency. The obverse of the coin features the classic portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, a design that has become iconic over the decades. By 1974, the Washington quarter had established itself not only as a circulating coin but also as a collectible item for numismatists. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1974 quarter is its mint mark. Coins from this era were produced at multiple mints: Philadelphia, which typically carried no mint mark, Denver marked with AD, and San Francisco with an S. The mint mark not only tells collectors where the coin was produced but also can have a direct impact on the coin's rarity and value. Certain mint marks from particular years are highly sought after, and the 1974 quarter is no exception. The design of the 1974 Washington quarter is a continuation of the classic obverse, featuring Washington's profile with the inscriptions, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust," along with the date 1974. The reverse features the traditional eagle design, with outstretched wings perched atop a bundle of arrows framed by olive branches. This design symbolizes strength and peace, and it remained in circulation until the America the Beautiful series began many decades later. The craftsmanship and symbolism of this coin make it a miniature work of art, and collectors often spend hours examining details like the sharpness of the eagle's feathers, the clarity of the lettering, and the overall strike quality. The 1974 quarter was struck primarily from a copper-nickel-clad composition, with a core of pure copper. This combination gave the coin durability and a pleasing metallic sheen that has helped many coins survive in excellent condition over the decades. Uncirculated examples and proof versions of the 1974 quarter are particularly prized because they exhibit minimal wear, sharp details, and sometimes even a mirror-like finish in the case of proofs. Collectors often seek coins with high grades on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, with MS70 being perfect. Mint condition is critical when it comes to the value of a 1974 quarter. Circulated coins, while still collectible, are generally worth their face value unless they have exceptional characteristics, such as an error or unusual strike. On the other hand, uncirculated coins with no signs of wear can command higher prices due to their rarity in pristine condition. Numismatists also pay attention to factors like toning, luster, and strike quality. For instance, a coin that exhibits full original luster and no surface blemishes is far more desirable than one with scratches or discoloration. Errors and varieties can also dramatically affect the value of a 1974 quarter. Some coins from this year were minted with small anomalies such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These imperfections, while rare, are fascinating to collectors because they represent unique moments in the coin production process. A coin with a verified error can often sell for significantly more than a standard example, making careful inspection essential for anyone looking to invest in or collect these quarters. The market for 1974 quarters is shaped by collector demand, rarity, and overall historical significance. Coins from the Denver and Philadelphia mints are generally more common, whereas proof coins from San Francisco were produced in smaller quantities and are therefore rarer. As a result, proof examples in high grades tend to attract more interest at auctions and private sales. Over the years, collector enthusiasm has remained strong for coins from the 1970s, largely due to nostalgia and the desire to complete sets that document the evolution of American coinage. Understanding coin grading and certification can further enhance your appreciation of the 1974 quarter. Certified coins from reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC provide assurance of authenticity and condition, which can greatly increase a coin's market value. Collectors often seek certified coins to avoid ambiguity and to ensure that they are investing in genuine, high-quality examples. The grading process evaluates aspects such as luster, strike sharpness, surface preservation, and eye appeal, and it assigns a grade that guides buyers and sellers in the marketplace. The 1974 Washington quarter is also a reflection of the culture and history of the United States during that era. The mid-1970s were a period of significant social and economic change, and coins from this time serve as tangible artifacts of American life. Holding a 1974 quarter connects us to the past, reminding us of the people, events, and values of that time. For collectors, this historical connection adds an intangible but highly valuable dimension to coin collecting, beyond the metal content or face value. With decades of history behind it, the 1974 Washington quarter has secured a firm place in the world of numismatics. Collectors often aim to assemble complete sets from the 1970s, including all mint marks and both circulated and uncirculated versions. This pursuit creates a dynamic market, where even coins from a seemingly common year can become sought after due to condition, provenance, or rarity. Coin enthusiasts often share their knowledge through clubs, online forums, and auctions, creating a vibrant community dedicated to preserving and appreciating these small yet powerful pieces of history. Finally, after exploring the history, design, minting details, grading, and market considerations of the 1974 Washington quarter, many collectors want to know the coin's value. While this can vary depending on condition, rarity, and collector demand, a high-grade 1974 Washington quarter dollar with mint mark has recently fetched an auction price of $75. This price reflects the careful balance of historical significance, preservation, and collector interest, highlighting why this coin remains a treasured piece of American numismatic heritage. Owning a 1974 Washington quarter is more than simply possessing a coin. It is about holding a fragment of history, art, and culture in your hand. Each coin tells a story, and the 1974 quarter in particular connects us to a unique era of American life. Whether admired for its design, collected for investment, or cherished for nostalgia, this coin demonstrates why numismatics continues to captivate enthusiasts across generations. Next time you encounter a 1974 Washington quarter, take a moment to study its details, appreciate its craftsmanship, and consider the journey it has taken from the mint to your hand. Each scratch-free edge, every gleaming surface, and the finely detailed eagle on the reverse is a testament to the artistry and care that went into producing this small yet meaningful piece of history.